I had to call your watch commander a couple of nights ago. Actually, it's probably the second time I had to call him. One of you guys was speeding up campus, blew right through me. No overheads. Ran a red light. No overheads. Can't do that. Not in this city. It's the second time I've had to complain about that particular issue. I understand if you had a real clue too, and I get that, but this is when you guys made that bust up there in and out the other night.
I wasn't here for that.
All right, James, right?
Yeah. Well, I go by Jim, but yeah,
Jim.
that's fine. Yeah. Are you the officer in charge? I take it.
Right now, as it stands, yeah. I'm taking over for the day shift, so I'm kind of doing the grave shift thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I'm Paul.
Well, badge number and last name,
Yeah.
song.
Yeah,
Okay.
song.
You are,
3062.
Hey,
Okay.
It's 3062.
Okay. Thank you.
So Jim, here's the thing. I think you have some firearms registered to you, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are they in the house?
No,
We're not gonna seize them or anything
I just
like
talked to your counterparts about that.
Yeah.
They had never have entered this house out of respect for my family.
that. Perfect.
They are locked up.
Okay.
They
In
are
here?
in a lockbox. Yeah, they're in the
Okay.
shed, locked up. They're in a lockbox. They're unloaded.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah,
That-
I would
that's-
no, and I was telling them, I said I'd never ever have them around my children. I just told them, I said I got a brand new handgun in there. I've never even fired yet.
Okay.
So I mean,
How many firearms are in there though?
two.
Good. Perfect. All right. That's all I wanted to make sure that they're like locked in.
I'm not going to
secured,
bullshit
so.
you guys. I'm a two-way supporter. I'm a VA veteran. To say, I mean, I did everything by the book. They're registered with the DOJ, so I did everything I was supposed to do.
No, no one's questioning that.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure because, unfortunately, there's
Padlocked.
Yeah, which is good too. So you don't have someone driving.
Well, I'm
by.
not worried about somebody. I'm just worried about
Right.
unauthorized people.
Right. Exactly. So the thing is, we'll just want to make sure that when we leave here, we don't want to see any kind of escalation again or argument. You know.
I left. I left. I was just telling them I left. I was good.
Right. But are you?
And they were here when I left.
Right. But are you going to leave? And
I gotta go get my clothes. They're still at the laundromat.
Okay.
I left out of there about a hill because I was scared of my wife, but
So-
they're still there.
So here's my question to you:
Yes.
Is there anywhere else you may be able to stay
No.
for the night? Okay.
No, there's no other place I can
Okay.
go. I mean,
How can we?
I'm stable, sir.
Okay.
I'm not even upset right now. I'm just dumbfounded that it even got to this point. But like I was telling them, he was here. My mother was here. I left.
Okay.
I haven't even come back.
How can we make sure? Because we want to avoid any kind of confrontation. Because now that this is
You want some assurances? Those two babies in there.
Okay.
That's the only reason that I am not in a different state of mind.
Okay.
Well,
And they're going to be staying here too.
There's two babies, and they're the only things that I live for.
Right.
That's the only reason that I don't act on my other impulses, because I don't want them to see that kind of side of me.
Right.
I don't want them to be subjected to it. I don't want them to ever see that confrontation.
Okay.
But those two babies in there are everything to me, and I would never in a million years put them in a position to be that way, to even sense that.
Okay. Well,
And that's my assurances. I don't know if you're a father or you two are fathers, but
most of us are. Yes.
you know, I have a 24-year-old daughter that I got basically ripped away from me. You know, my ex-girlfriend and I, we had a baby together, and it was a court nightmare, custody. It was a horrible part of my life. And her and I don't have a very good relationship about it because of her. But those two babies were my second chance. I got to be there for both their births. I wasn't there for my first one. They wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me. So assurances are, I keep my mouth shut. I tend to my own business, and I stay to myself, and I take care of I'm the one that puts my baby boy down every night. I'm the one that feeds him at night. I'm the one that changes him during I'm a stay-at-home dad, just like I was telling these guys. I take care of my little boy and my daughter. I feed her all day. My son, he won't go down with my wife. I mean, because she's working all the time, so it's like get to used to the person you're with, but I'm with my boy and my kids. There's no even inkling or reason for me to react to anything.
Okay.
Him and I, if he doesn't say anything, I don't say anything, and vice versa. We don't talk.
And that's going to be made very clear too, because again, the kids have already been through a lot just from where we're at right now. We obviously don't want to see anything. We don't want to see any kind of escalation. We don't want to have the state come in. We don't want.
I don't want that either.
Exactly. So
I'm so scared. You can't close that door.
That's why we just want to make sure we have this conversation with you in advance, because it does make me feel a lot better hearing that your kids are your world, right? So you're not going to get into anything with them, your stepdad.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because
I didn't hear about that.
Right, and you're going to be able to go in just a second. Here's the thing, but like we had explained earlier, unfortunately, your wife is under arrest. Okay.
What?
It's what I explained to you earlier.
Why?
I've already explained it to you.
I must have missed that part because you never told me she was arrested, though.
Okay. She slammed the door on an officer. After that point, they had announced that they had to make sure that everyone in the household was okay based on the call that we received. Okay. Had she just been cooperative, we would have been okay.
She's scared. She was defending her children. I don't know what I mean.
Sir, that would make sense if we came in all in hoodies and masks. But do you see what we are wearing? These are fully uniformed police officers with clearly marked police vehicles. There is no excuse for that. There really isn't. And I bet you can reach out to all your military
buddies. You guys
buddies.
shouldn't have made an attempt to gain entry.
Okay.
You guys were not invited. You didn't have a warrant. This is where this place is going to get dropped.
This is where.
No, that's a catch-all. I'm sorry. With respect,
okay.
That's a catch-all.
Well,
I'm sorry,
then, Jim. You're missing the point. Then you.
I understand your point, but that's fine. We'll just hash it out in court.
Right. Exactly. Just let it play out there. We just don't want you to have any.
She's
kind
not
of
a danger.
Escalation here. Okay.
She didn't assault anybody. You know that.
She wrestled with the officers for a few minutes.
What were you trying to do with her? There's no witnesses.
All of our cameras are on, sir, and the jury will see that.
Who made entry into the house first?
What do you mean?
Who was the initial officer who tried to gain entry?
It was the primary officer.
Who was that?
Officer.
Is he standing right here?
No, he's not.
Is he wearing a body cam?
Yes.
I'm asking. These are all valid questions, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You seem to. I understand it's your natural inclination to defend her, but believe it or not, you're from the military, so I would expect that you would understand this. We are not in the business of just going around and just breaking into people's homes.
I never said you were.
Okay, good.
But then I'm trying to tell you, when you're trying to get entry into a home where my wife is by herself with two small children, and there's no warrant, there's no announcement of.
It's the police department. We are not hoodlums. We are not criminals. We're not there to rob you guys. We're not here to take the kids.
You're speaking for yourselves. I get that.
But here's the other thing too. We had actually explained the reason why we were here and why we needed to make sure that everybody was okay in the house. That is our obligation. And this is something probably your wife, and unfortunately you might not understand, and that is we have seen situations where there have been safety checks, they were not conducted, and then we end up with dead kids, dead adults, and the police are to blame, because why didn't the police go check on them? The police had all the clues. The police were told about all these things, but they did nothing. So we cannot allow that to happen, because at the core of our job, just as you were in the military, we swore an oath, right, to protect. Did we not? So we have to protect whoever's there, whether it's the kids, whether it's the stepdad, and once everyone is fine, we say, clearly, somebody lied or there was a misunderstanding. Apologize for the convenience, but we've done our job. And
I think arresting is excessive. I honestly believe that. So that's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna debate it. I'm gonna debate it until I'm blue in the face. It was excessive. She's not a.
You weren't there, but it'll be up for the jury to decide. When they watch the videos, they can see what she was doing. So.
She was a mother protecting her children. I understand you're wearing a uniform. I get that, but it's dark. She got you guys ended up on her door for out of the blue. she had no inkling or notion about anything. It's not like when I left today that him and I threw down blows and I pulled a knife on him or something like that. It's like there was nothing that happened.
That's perfect, and
none of that happened.
That's what should have happened. We could have had the discussion, right?
Well, if I was here, I would have explained all that.
Then this is a lesson for your wife. The next time, just be cooperative, because when you're not, it usually makes us more and more suspicious as to something happening. She has to take responsibility for her actions too here. It's not just kind of like, hey, we were just driving down the street and decided to stop here. We got a call.
Who made the call? You guys have to have record of that, or was it anonymous?
Well, we're not really at will to say who called.
Why not? It's public record.
Well, you can inquire on it on your own, but I'm not.
Oh, so you're not gonna prove it's privileged information at this point?
No, you can go to the police department and ask, but I'm not gonna go and just tell you because I don't know what you can do with that information.
I already know who it was. That's fine. Whatever.
So James, I'm officer in CISO. I know you're talking to.
Are you the officer that made entry?
One of them, yes.
Are you the initial officer that made entry?
Well, there were several of us here.
Who was the one that made the initial entry into the house?
Okay, James, I'm not here to talk about that right now.
Yes, you are. I have
James,
a right to ask these questions.
Let me talk. I'm here to ask you some questions, and after I'm done with my questions, I can answer yours. Is that a deal?
Fine.
Okay. So, this goes back to the whole reason why we even came here. Okay. So, did something between you and your stepfather happen a few days ago on the 7th or 8th, where you guys got into an argument? Someone got pushed? Does that sound familiar at all?
I'm not answering your questions about that.
You don't want to give me your side of the story?
No, I don't. Because honestly,
again, if your side is just only going to help you clarify what's going on.
What's going on is that him and I had some words today. I left, went to do laundry, and that's all I can tell you. That's all that happened. Nothing happened after that. They were here when I still left.
Well, I'm talking about.
I walked away.
I'm talking about something that would have happened like 3 or 4 days ago.
Well, that's past tense. That's not now, is it? We're talking about today. This is why we're talking about you're here today.
We were called here today for an incident that happened a couple days ago.
That's not what I was told. I was told you guys came here because you guys got a phone call about my kids.
By your kids?
No, about my kids, because you felt that there was a danger to my kids. I'm not. This is the first I've ever heard of anything about what you're talking about.
We got a call from APS about someone who may be possibly being abused. Okay, we come here. We try to talk to your wife. Your wife's like, no, I don't know where Lewis is at.
Well, that has nothing to do with what you're talking about the 7th or 8th ago, right?
Yes, it does.
How do you figure?
Yes.
You're talking about completely two different things. We're talking APS is about my kids, is it not?
No, that's CPS.
What's APS? I don't know what that is.
Adult Protective Services.
Okay.
Okay. So was there an incident on the 7th or the 8th between you and someone else where someone got pushed?
Him and I are always arguing. I don't know. I don't know.
You have no idea?
No. We've been ever since he got fired in November. I think it was November, right before Christmas. He has been the worst person in the world to be around. He was supposed to have a job start in January. Apparently they passed him over on it, so he's been in a mood with everybody. He's been at my mother's throat. He's been at my throat, my wife's throat, even at my kids' throats. Okay? I mean...
So did you guys get into any physical confrontation a couple days ago?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. What about today?
No.
What happened today? You said something verbal happened? Verbal argument?
He's just being a dick, as usual.
Okay.
I texted my mom. My kids are light sleepers. They go down about 2:00 every day when we're not out doing stuff. I said, could you please text Luke? Because I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to send him a text message and him just
got a question or something.
Whatever. So I asked my mom, could you please? I even have it on my phone. Text Luke and let him know. Could you please let him know the kids are sleeping?
Yeah.
And that usually means, hey, can you try and be a little quieter than you would normally coming through the door? And I had I have the garage door wide open. I'm getting my laundry together, and I'm like, he's gone through there and then through the back door to avoid being too noisy before. He didn't do that this time. So what he does, he slams his key in the front door, slaps open the lock, rushes through with his bag of food for my mom. I mean, I'm like, dude, seriously? So I went inside. He was already in my mom's room at the door. and I asked him, I said, hey, did you get my mom's text about the kids sleeping?
Okay.
And he just kind of gave me this a-hole tone, and this a-hole tone is that your kids are always sleeping. I was like, oh, really? So that basically you just tell me you just didn't give a shit. And I was like, you know what? If you're going to be an asshole and be disrespectful like that, don't ask to use any of my stuff anymore. All right?
Okay.
Goodbye.
So it was just verbal?
And I walked away.
Okay. What's a good phone number for you?
909-243-4437.
Okay.
And I just left. I've been gone ever since.
So I told your father-in-law, or I'm sorry,
Stepdad. Please yeah.
So I told them the same thing I'm about to tell you. So we can't tell you what to do, but we'd highly recommend that either between you or him, someone goes and hangs out somewhere else for the rest of the night. So that's
I got probably still another hour of laundry to do. He's sequestered in his room for most of the night. He'll come out and use the bathroom, go back to his room. He may come out and fix something to eat, go back to his room. We are out in the living room by ourselves. Either my wife's in the bathroom, taking care of the kids, baths or whatever, and then I'm in there doing my own thing, either looking for a job or looking for a place to live, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it. I stick to myself.
Well,
she stays in her room. He stays in his room.
You guys are both adults. It's gonna be your decision. If you feel safe staying here, that's gonna be up to you guys. I'm just saying it'd probably be a good idea.
I have nothing to say to him at this point.
Okay.
I really don't. I want to stay within reason because I got my kids. I got to take care of my kids.
Oh, do you have guns in the house, by the way?
Not in the house, no.
Not in the house. Where are they?
I have 2 firearms in that shed.
Okay.
They're locked up.
Locked up?
Yep.
Okay. Are they in a safe inside the shed?
They're in a lockbox in the shed.
Okay.
They're they're buried kind of. I can't even access them. I was just telling the other guy I got one in there. I haven't even shot yet. It's brand new.
All right.
So they're registered and everything.
All right. Any other questions for me right now?
Yeah, actually I do. What about my wife? Am I able to bail her out? Do I get to pick her up? How long is she going to be detained for?
That's the county, and that's not Upland PD, so I don't know that whole process. Once she gets over there, they're gonna let her have a phone call. She has a phone, she can call you, or a bail bondsman, and she can update you guys on what's going on, but we don't handle that, so I don't really know exactly what the time frame's gonna be. Okay?
So she going to West Valley?
Yeah. You guys good here?
Yeah.
Do you have my ID? Are you done with it? Thanks. And by the way, I'm on record. They are aware I have a firearm, just in case they say, no, I didn't know that. He's actually seen it. Like I said, they're buried. Can't get to half the stuff in there. Is my wife inside as well?
Yeah.
Still? Will I be able to at least say goodbye to her before you guys take her?
We'll ask the investigating officer once.
It's funny, I was working on my truck about a week ago. And I had a problem with one of the parts that I bought. And without it, my wife wouldn't be able to take the truck to go to work, so he drove me to the AutoZone in Rancho to get the new part put on there. I don't know if he's bipolar. I don't know. There'll be times where he's chatty Cathy and everything's fine. And then there'll be times where he gets like this. I don't know. So... And again, we were just, my wife, my daughter, my son, my mom, we were all in the hallway watching my little boy walk for the first time, kind of just playing around, no problem. So there's definitely no aggression, no anger. Can I say goodbye to my wife, please?
We'll have her give you a call, man.
I can't give her.
It's going to escalate things. Just
They can't even give her something to put on. It's freezing out here.
she's wearing something.
Those are pajamas. There's nothing left, nothing to them.
Does she have a phone?
Huh?
Does she have a cell phone?
I don't know if she has it with her.
We'll make sure to grab that and have her give you a call when we get to the station.
I love you, baby. You should have a female officer over here, by the way.
What's that?
You guys should have a female officer here, by the way.
Go where?
Huh?
Go where?
I said you should have a female officer here.
We don't have female officers on duty right now.
Well, you probably should.
Why?
She's a female.
We
Did
got
you pat her
body-
down?
We got cameras, man.
Doesn't
There are
matter,
cameras
dude.
around.
Oh, come on. Don't.
Cameras around,
Seriously,
man.
come on. Don't give me that
We don't
crap.
have a female officer right now.
It's policy. I guarantee you, I call your watch commander, he'll say it's policy. You should have a female officer pat her down. I don't care if you got cameras left and right.
Our watch commander's on scene if you want to talk to him.
I'll be more than happy to. Why, are female officers exempt from working night shifts?
We just don't have one on her.
She's sick. She should have something wrapped around her at least. Kids are probably going crazy. So what exactly are we waiting for? I'd like to go take care of my kids.
Waiting for the officer to... He's going to walk back over here. He'll talk to him in a second. We'll go inside.
I have clothes I need to get. I can't be gone too long because my mom can't keep an eye on them too much.